I'm Jackson Pearce, and today's video is about the New York Times bestseller list. A lot of people think that the bestseller list is just flatly a list of the books that have sold the most in the entire country in a given week, which is a fairly reasonable assumption given the title and all. But that's actually not the case. Now, I don't know all the details about how the list is made because the inner workings of how they fabricate it is considered a trade secret, but here's the stuff that I and most people in the writing industry have been able to figure out. The bestseller list comes out every Sunday, and about 2 weeks before that Sunday, the New York Times asks all the major publishing houses if there are any books they should, keep an eye on. This is another video with a lot of finger quotes. Be ready. The houses send the Times a list of books that they should be watching and where those books are being sold. The where they're being sold thing is really important because not all bookstores count toward the New York Times list. Only a fairly large handful do, most of those being indie bookstores. There's a reason why when authors go on book tours, they almost always go to the same stores. It's because those are the stores the publishers think count towards the New York Times list. So the where they're being sold list starts with the indies, and then it has the big chain bookstores, and then Target, and then places like drugstores and supermarkets, and then the very last is Walmart. Walmart pretty much does not count towards the New York Times list. You can sell a gazillion books at Walmart and still not be on the bestseller list. And no one seems to really know for sure if Amazon counts toward the list. So anyway, the Times has the reports from the publishers in hand about which books they should be watching, and then the Wednesday before the list comes out, they ask all the publishers to send them 2 copies of each book that they're considering for the bestseller list. The books must arrive in the New York Times office on Wednesday before 1 p.m. or something terrible happens. I don't actually know that anything terrible happens, but the books are supposed to get there by 1 p.m. And then everybody waits. The New York Times puts all their numbers and opinions and data into the bestseller generator machine thing. And then on Sunday, we find out who made the list. For those of you that I've just confused, so we go from Tuesday to Tuesday, and those are the sales reports, and then they have to send the book by 1 p.m., and then the list is published on Sunday. Also, this is a calendar my friend made me. Moving on. So basically, the bestseller list is not really a bestseller list. It's a list of books the New York Times found sold a lot at specific stores and otherwise generally like list. That does not change the fact that I and most other authors would kill to be on the list. People use the New York Times to decide what to read, and therefore getting on the list means your book is going to be in a trillion more hands than it would otherwise. Plus, you get to add New York Times bestseller to your name for the rest of your career. So even knowing all the details about how the bestseller list really works, I really want to be on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.